Hi, well done. You made it. You've got to the end of Word 2013. I've been Guy Vaccaro. You've probably heard enough of my voice, and this is just the last thing to take you on and upwards out of this title and into using Word on an everyday basis. Just a quick summary of what we've done. You've covered how to create documents, selecting text, copy, pasting, character formatting and paragraph formatting. We've looked at bullets, different shapes, different numbers, multi-level bullets. I bet you were excited while we're doing all that information. Looking at the controls when printing and page layout and page setup. We looked at auto text in our building blocks option. Looking at tabs and columns and how they're used for controlling the layout of a document and how tabs are a much better way of aligning text than space bars. We looked at the automatic features, so autocorrect as you type, and how we can turn those features on and off and edit them and make them do what we want them to do. We looked at headers and footers in large documents, different header and footer on the first page, different header and footer on odd and even pages, controlling all of those options and page numbering. We looked at tables. We took tables to the nth degree by being able to add in formulas to our tables. We controlled a mail merge, taking the data from Excel, taking the data from Word, taking the data from Access, and merging that with a basic Word document to create multiple page Word documents, or even, as we did, to create multiple single emails. We looked at charts and the excitement that charts can bring, in particular in 1 degree at pie charts, which are a special case on their own, so worth looking at. And we looked at how Word now interacts with the web, the ability to post to a blog, the ability to publish direct to Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. And we looked at some of the new Office apps that you can download to help expand what you're already able to do within Word. So that's what we've covered. I'm sure your head's spinning just as much as mine is, but there are always people that then say, well, what more can I do? I've done all this, but what more can I do? Well, certainly the first thing I would suggest is that you use the bits that we've gone through and you practice them and you re-practice them and you use them again so they become second nature, really. So you're doing it without thinking. That's when you know you've cracked it. But more things that you can look at in Word, should you be interested, are looking at templates, so creating your own templates, possibly distributing your own templates, maybe even selling your own Word templates. Looking at styles in much more depth and controlling those styles and manipulating those styles and creating your own styles. Looking at tables of contents and indexing, very useful on large files for documentation or manuals. Looking at tracking changes. If you're sharing a document with multiple people, then you could look at tracking the changes to see who's changed what and when. Footnotes and endnotes, so little notes that you can put into a document, again, more applicable to the larger documents. And then certainly macros, really a large area of Word to be explored, which is the automation of tasks that you regularly carry out, and then triggering those tasks, whether they're triggered by something that you do, a button on the ribbon, or an action that previously was carried out that then triggers another action. So there's a lot more to explore, but certainly before you explore these options, I would certainly impress upon you to make sure that the basics, everything we've gone through, is embedded and you're quite happy to move on. Should you have any questions at all, having gone now through the whole title, and want to ask me anything else, or pose a query, or make a comment, then feel free to contact me about Word 2013 using my email address training@nybytes.co.uk. And thank you very much, and enjoy.